UBA bowlers, what's going on? I'm Nick Smith. I'm here with the Southeast heavyweight champ, James Kniffen, and the UBA world champion, Dennis Killough. All right, so I'm going to start with James first, the challenger. Yep. James, so it's that time, buddy. How you feeling?
Feeling pretty good. I'm not going to lie, nerves are there a little bit. Okay. Dennis is a really solid opponent. He's the world champ for a reason. Yeah. Felt like I did a good job of kind of keeping everything in check yesterday. I have to make some really good shots this entire match. It's going to come down to making shots and, carrying the corners.
Okay, so do you have a prediction? And do you feel like you're going to win? Obviously, you're not here if you don't feel like you can win. Absolutely. So what do you think? Like 4-1, 4-2, 4-3?
I think it'll go 4-1 or 4-2. Honestly, okay. It might go 6 or 7. I don't think either of us will sweep.
Okay. Yeah, that's a safe assumption. I don't think a sweep happens.
Yep. I don't want to go down 0-3 like I did to Dre, because that is stressful. Yes. But All
right, man. Hey, well, good luck to you, buddy. Good luck.
Appreciate it.
All right, now Dennis, your turn, buddy. So how we feeling just that time?
I'm good. I'm ready. I'm confident. Ready to get it on.
Yeah, you look ready. I've seen that look in your eyes before. Normally we don't hear much from you, and you're motivated. You got a little extra motivation in you. So I asked him a prediction. So what do you think? What's the prediction?
One of us gonna win 4 games. One of us walking away with gold belt.
Yes, that is for sure gonna happen. That is for sure gonna happen.
But I'm going to pick myself to win.
Yeah. You always bet on yourself. Always bet on yourself. So, hey, well, good luck to you guys.
All right, thanks, man.
Hey, have a good match, everybody. Thanks. Hey, let's get going. That gives him the edge, I think, and knowing Dennis like I do, I don't know. He's got to figure it out.
All right, first ball for Dennis.
There we go.
All 10 back.
That light mix, that's a good hit in this building.
Yes.
Light mix to get the pins going left to right in here is a fantastic hit. That's actually almost where you want it to be at. Because if you're in the pocket, man, you could ring 10, 7 pin, 8. Your percentage is nowhere near as high as if you're catching that light swisher hit.
Yeah, we saw that a lot today during the team relay event.
The Kniffen, the light hit. The Kniffen's got so much power. A lot of ball speed, a whole lot of rev rate. His ball hits the pins. It's hitting it hard. And it looks like to start with, Kniffen is throwing obviously he won the Storm contract. He's throwing a phase 2. Symmetrical solid. It's kind of, I believe it's our premier master line. It's in the top 2 lines, strong symmetrical. Dennis, I believe, is using a track kinetic Obsidian. It's one of the newer track releases from within the last few months. Dennis obviously still a track staffer.
For the double.
Hey.
There we go.
That's that good hit. That's that good light mix. Dennis did come over to me and tell me right I got done. He said their right lane was not very good. He said their right lane was trash. So it probably sat. This was the first pair they oiled for the re-oil. And oh boy,
Dennis avoided the 810 right there.
Hey, way to hit him, buddy. Wow. But he said the right lane was trash, and he just went on the right lane. It did not look very good at all. No. That ball went through the pins.
Yeah, he should have. That should have been an 810.
Yeah. So let's say he get back to the good lane and be maximized. I mean, that's a good break. You catch a hit an off hit like that for the strike to catch the early double to match him. Get back in the good lane. Catch a strike right here.
Oh, Messenger missed the 10.
The scout going in front of it. I think he leaked it just a bit wide, so it had to climb that hill a little bit further. So that's why the ball came a little late behind the headpin. And which is why I said you can get to the pocket, but those solid pocket hits, if it's not picking up right, you're gonna corner pin all day long.
And I know most of Dennis's matches since he became the champ, he's had a 300 in there somewhere. And the way these lanes play, I don't see one happening today.
Yeah, you know, he shot 300 earlier today. And relay, obviously this isn't earlier. The lanes have been bowled on and re-oiled, and then they sat because we had to waiting for all the lanes to get oiled and things like that. So that oil migrated while it was sitting here.
Right.
Fans are going. That oil moves. It'll go left to right a good bit right after the oil. So you can see both balls really laboring on that right lane. Kniffen right now, his power, like I said, he got it through. That should have normal person probably does leave that 5-pin on that hit.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, and team relay for the trios part, I know Dennis shot 830.
Yeah, 837. He went 59, 70, or 58, 79, 300. Like 837 or something like that. Yeah, it was a lot. I actually came down and got food, and I knew he had shot 250, 270. I knew he was about 130 over. And I came and got food, and he struck for the front 8, and I was like, Jesus Christ, man.
All right, looking for that 4-bagger to start us.
Oh, that was way right.
Ooh.
Boy.
And that's another one of those light hits you were talking about.
Yep. Like I said, he threw that one out the window, and it got there real quick. But again, his rev rate, you throw it right early. That was how you got, that was good recovery. So if he'd have been another 2 foot down the lane and he got to that spot, he probably doesn't hit the head pin. Ooh, that was a little bit better. That was a little bit better.
Yeah, that was a lot better than that second frame over there. That's for sure.
Oh.
But that's what I've always liked about watching Dennis bowl when he's bowled just tournaments all over the Southeast is he knows if the bad shot was him or if it was something that was the lane or anything else he can control. And he don't wait to make the adjustment. He makes it right then. I've rarely seen him struggle back to back frames. He's normally like
I said, I said it before. Dennis is the ultimate bowler. He understands what his game and what he's wanting to do. He knows when he's throwing it good, when he's throwing it bad. He knows the moves that he needs to make. I mean, he's been like that for as long as I've known him. And you watch him, like his shots, he doesn't fall off shots. His shots are posted, and he's gonna make a good shot 9 out of 10 times, and it's easier to make a ball read on it. So he watched his ball go to the bins the last time, so he made a move, and accordingly, and the ball still actually finished a little bit off to the right, but it was it was enough. It pushed everything, kind of split the rack in half. I bet he makes another move, another small tweak on lane 8 on his next shot, and his ball finishes just a little bit better. I'd bet money on that.
All right, here's our Southeast champ going for 5.
Oh, that one was flush.
That was stout.
He definitely got that one in the right spot. I guess he was tired of seeing his ball light mix.
Yeah, he smashed that one.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's a line that won't be there all day.
No, he's going to, especially with his rev rate, they're both throwing a little bit of surface. They're going to beat this front up. The first few feet, they're going to beat that up a good bit. And it's going to force them left. It's just no matter how far left they can get and who can stay ahead of it. Obviously, you think Kniffen's power, he would be able to, to move in it a little bit better than what Dennis could. But like I said, you can't count out Dennis's ability to make shots.
All right. For the front 6. Ooh.
That was that pocket hit. It was left, ring 10. That is a ring 10 all day long in this building. The pocket hit. When you miss it left. But you can, I don't know if anybody else is watching. He slid about 3 boards left of where he has been, and his ball was left of target. So you can already tell Kniffen is not quite as tight as Dennis is, but Kniffen, he admitted in the beginning.
Ooh, and a whiff.
That's you can't give him openings like that. That can't be done. But what I was saying is,
that's a 12-pin advantage right there now for Dennis.
He said in the beginning his nerves were pretty high. He was pretty nervous to start with. So his, ball getting to those, various spots and so far through the first six frames, it could just be a nerves thing. Like I said, he slid left of target where he had been. Look at that one. That one got right.
Stubborn too.
Gave it right back.
Yeah. I think he made the adjustment that you said he was going to make. I think he just made the
missed
wrong
it.
one.
You ask him, he made the move, but then he missed it right.
Right. Absolutely.
His ball was right, but he just got it off his hand to the right. So that's why it's not going to. From All-Star, from what I remember years past, they always hook. They hook like Triad does at the gutter, but there was a little more volume in the middle. They were a little more wet dry. What we bowled on today was not. There was a lot more volume, but through the front part of the lane and in the middle. And then you factor in, the oil, and then they sat for another 20 minutes for the lanes to get done before they actually got started. So that oil migrated. It goes let that middle kind of taper to the right a little bit. So they're probably tighter at the gutter. And
also to talk a little bit more about what Kniffin's going through in his nerves.
Yeah, well, you had to anticipate it. Kniffen is a little bit nervous. He is a more looking for just the right word. He thinks a lot more, and that's not necessarily a good thing. His head can get in his own way from time to time. Not all the time, from time to time, because he's constantly thinking. He's a high energy, up tempo guy. He's very energetic, things like that. Even if you talk to him, he talks fast. That's just what he does.
Ooh, 410 here for Dennis.
So, his mind, I bet, is racing. Especially now after that 10-10 miss too.
Yeah.
So he's going to settle down a little bit. You get the nerve to settle in. I bet once he gets through this first game, it's back to bowling as normal, and he's probably okay. Oh, give it a run.
Oh, there we go. Nice shot, Dennis Killough.
Nice spare. That's a big spare.
Who back behind us said get one?
That's a big spare.
We're blaming that on Will Jeter.
Yeah.
I think it was Steven Bernsdorf myself.
Get one. And he said, "Nah, I'll take two."
That's right. His teammates told him to get one. Be smart. But no, a little on James. You're talking about how the nerves and all that stuff. The thing that I think was kind of messed him up because he's a thinker.
Yes, like I said, he is very much a thinker and not so much a doer. He's like I said, he just because he's a smart guy. He's very intelligent, highly intelligent, and so you can't help it when you're
back on it. There he goes. That light hit, yeah. That'll work
with
for
as
him.
much power as he's got, light hits are going to be amazing.
Yeah. See, yesterday he had to defend the Southeast Championship against Rob Mays from the Risen.
I didn't see any of that match.
And the whole thing with that was interesting was he was supposed to bowl buddy of ours named Joe. Joe was injured, so we had the last minute move the next seat up. Rob got here, bowled the match, and something that James is a thinker. He likes to kind of plan it out. He was planning on bowling a lefty. He ended up not bowling a lefty. So he's a thinker. So stuff like that can really get in his mind. Ooh.
We maxing 247 to, what is that, 246? Yeah, so it's a one-pin game right now, I believe, if my math is right, and it is. Vixen's match right beside him through 6 is, I believe, right at a 10-pin match over there, I believe. In favor of a split by Destiny the Champ on a spare. So she's not going to lose a whole lot of count off that one, especially if Jessica has yet to strike on the right lane where she bowls her next shot. So that match is still pretty even. It's still pretty early.
Good spare by Kniffen.
On a fairly decent shot. I mean, it was a little left to target. It was up the lane and left, and it'll hold in here because there's oil in the middle. But like I said, if he does a 9-pin, if he's a hair right of that, he probably ring 10s again on that shot. Because like I said, it didn't see where he had been getting it to, which is like 6-7. That ball was closer to like 9-10 range. So that's a little better. Oh, that was much better.
Nice shot. Nice shot from the champ. Got a one-pin match going into the 9th.
Here we go, Dennis. This is a big shot right here. Put a double up going into the 10th, forcing Kniffen to throw them all to shut him out. If he does anything less, then Dennis has got a chance. The only bad part about it is Dennis, he doesn't get to finish on the lane that he likes the most.
Right.
So that's not bad.
There you go. Nice shot from Dennis.
That was a good shot. That was big. I say, but in a big moment, big
Yeah.
shot, Dennis is gonna make that shot.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, so here we go. Anything less than a 4-bagger right here, and Dennis has a chance. Ooh, that was high flush. He got that right early. That was very high flush.
And you can see the
You can
twist
see
on his
he
face.
come
knew
back.
that
He's
one.
like,
Yeah,
he thought that was
knew
pretty
one.
good, and it hooked,
Look at that.
early. So.
The lane didn't even agree with that strike. The lanes knew something was wrong.
Yeah, that ball. If you was watching the pins, the 479 was the last to fall. So that ball was it finished very high on the head pin. It picked up really quick, and he liked it. So that is, they could already be starting to go a little bit. You can see he moved on that lane, and he snapped the 10 out late.
Yeah, very late. All right, so he needs 2 more to close it out here.
Yeah, he needs these next 2.
But I really expect all these matches to be this close.
To be within, come down to the 10th frame.
Yeah.
We got a re-rack problem here on lane 8. There we go. That's a little left.
Ooh.
That was pretty good. That was a good shot. He moved in, made the move in, and it looked like he's not throwing it quite as firm.
No.
At least on that shot. So he might have moved in, softened up a little bit. Could be an adrenaline thing. The adrenaline finally came down, so he moved left, and now he's back to normal, I guess. For him, it would be normal. It's still very hard for some people.
Yeah.
Like me. That's still very fast.
Yeah, he doesn't get overly excited and overly, pumped up.
He will
emotionally, like out loud.
He's not going to scream and shout and think like some people like that. But you can definitely tell he will. We got a
All
chance.
right.
So you're saying there's a chance.
The 210. So if we get lane 8 fixed, it'll be interesting. All right, so over at the Vixens match.
Yep, Destiny went strike 10 pin after Jess has gone back-to-back spares. Destiny actually took the lead in that match when she struck, but now that she gave it right back to her. So we're maxing 208 for Jess and 186 now for Destiny. So Jess really Destiny, I'm sorry. Jessica only has to stay clean, really. The 9th and 10th, and will win that match. Because you figure 208, 9 spare is 197, 9 spare again is 186. So which is what Destiny is maxing.
And Jessica hasn't struck on that lane yet.
Yeah, nobody's doubled yet.
Oh, there you go. So she finally hit it on that one. Everything on the left side just kind of tumbled out the way for her.
Yeah, well, I said nobody's doubled yet in that match. And she's on a lane where she just 10-pinned on. But prior to that point, she has only struck every ball but one. So we'll see how we go. We seem to have a lane error over here on 7 and 8. That's a big double by her because that'll lock the game up.
So just let him finish this, and then we can start him up for practice again, and then let him go from there.
So here's the situation we have on 7 and 8. Apparently we have a mechanical issue with the machine in the back on 8. Yeah. And so...
Can he not finish it on the left lane?
No.
Well, we're gonna try to get it finished on 8.
So what we're trying to get done is them enough time. They want to move them because apparently it's going to be fixable or timely manner. So we're trying to get it so they can get it done and then possibly have to move the championship match. All right, so it looks like Jessica West is going to be up 1-0 in the Vixens on the champ, Destiny Harper. And in the tag team belt, we have a 250 to 228. I'm not sure which one's which. I want to say that was G-Town. G-Town over the Disciples in game 1. Yeah, 250 to 228. See how it goes with the Vixens match. See how this works out. This match is essentially over there.
Can't beat them, ice them.
The ball change for Destiny over there in the Vixens match. She's searching. Oh, that's pretty good. That one actually went through the pins correctly. Both of them look like they struggled to put good shots back to back together. So let's see if she can actually catch a double here. But she did strike. Actually, that's only her second strike on that lane. All her other previous strikes, they only had 2 before that, so they all came on the right lane. So it looked like neither one of them had a very great look. But I think a 3-bagger right here, that's got to make her feel a little bit better. And she's 7-pinned on a half pocket hit.
So he's going to start on to get him to the 10th grade. And then I'll move him over to 5 or 6.
Yeah, you ain't got to worry about it. If he don't strike out, it don't matter. You got to hit the first. You got to strike all 3 for him to win. If he don't strike the first one, it don't even matter.
Philadelphia won 27.
Yeah, both. You're good. Yeah, on 8. All right, so we're back up temporarily right now. That slight delay. I don't think very many people are happy about this.
No, I had a little intermission conference call with Mr. Gordon Pepper. What we're going to do is they're going to manually spot these pins in the 8th if needed. And then we're going to move them over to 5 and 6. We're going to give them 5 minutes of practice and then continue the match from there. So hopefully we have a clear resolution here.
Yeah, honestly, it really could only be one shot. Because, I mean, if he doesn't strike right here, then imagine if he don't have to worry about respotting anything.
Ooh.
Wow, that was as good as he could throw it.
Yeah.
To lose that first game.
All right.
Come on, babe.
Yeah, 5 minutes. All right, so they're going to get 5 minutes of practice on 5 and 6. So while they do that, Ray, let's. I guess we can talk about the Vixens match. We can see.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know while you was handling that. So Destiny lost her first game. She shot 170. The Jessens 190. They both went strike spare in the 10th. And then on the tag team match, G-Town actually threw 250. Spare, strike, spare, or strike. Yeah, spare, strike, spare. Sheet for 250. And then the Disciples, they had 228. So that's actually a pretty good game for a tag team.
Right, absolutely.
And they're all strikes so far this game for the first 3 frames for each.
I got to stop saying absolutely. I think I've said it 6 times already. I'm going to need a new word.
We're gonna ban that one. You're gonna have to pick another one. Let's see what Destiny is. She changed balls in the 10th, which I mean the match was over, so she pretty much had to because she had nothing consistent, and that's her third 7-pin with that ball. And every one of them has looked almost just like that. From my vantage point, it looks like that ball is just like a little bit too late behind the head pin, and she can't quite catch the light mix, which is the good hit in this building.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. We just began Game 2 of the World Championship Series title match, World Heavyweight match. Kniffen started with that 4 count on the left lane. So he's behind the 8 ball to start off here on 5 and 6. All right, so I believe Dennis is throwing the same equipment he was throwing on 7 and 8. We'll check with Nick on that in a second. Nice. That's the same ball that he threw on 8 and left the 7. So just a little bit different, showing how the lanes play and just the carry and how that all works. So it's a really good job for.
If it's an anomaly, then try it again, maybe. If it's not, it doesn't work. Are we on?
Yeah, we're good. So so we talked about the 4 count already from James.
4-4. 4-4.
So it's hard to get 44 in one frame, but he managed to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they messed up and they irritated the champ. And with the and it's not anything like say they. It's just the mechanic. Things happen. It's just terrible timing.
Terrible.
And then the way you make the one of the best shots of the match to blow her 7 to lose. And then he has to go to a new pair. Well, they get to practice, so your flow kind of changes a little bit. But when he got done, he said that this pair was tighter. Well, that benefits him greatly because he can get even straighter, which is what he likes to do. So.
Yeah, Dennis ain't a big motion guy.
No.
Straighter's better.
He likes to keep it. But he's also a big fan if he don't mind getting left gutter.
Right.
And kind of fading the head pin like that. He's pretty good at that. So I had to talk with our teammate Destiny as well, and we talked about her look. She's actually changed balls, and her chance to get to the pocket is significantly better, but she 100% cannot get more than 9. So we had to make a change. So she's going to actually try another ball and see if she can't get 10. See, they're tied around here. Niffin's look is not quite the same.
Yeah.
It's a bad. You almost want to call a mulligan when something like that happens. Like you have to change pairs and be like, I call a redo if you lose. Like I call a redo.
I thought we were still practicing.
Yeah, I call a redo.
That would have been a great time to. Yeah.
I call a redo. It doesn't count. I get shot, Destiny.
Oh!
Get on the skinny jeans.
Oh!
Hey, you just got to touch it a little bit. You don't got to hit it hard. Just got to touch it a little bit.
All right, so we got Dennis working on a double here. See if he can take an early command in this match. There he goes. There he goes. Turkey for cream. Start us off.
See, that's hard for me to see from this side. I can definitely tell you had the room you wanted. It just wasn't quite finished. It looked like it was finishing late behind the head pin on your 7 pins. And you can see, I thought you looked like you do it slower, so it definitely picked up and slowed down. Those two.
So these lanes being tighter. You can see it on that. His total motion on 6 was just not much at all. It looked really good.
That's pretty good.
Same thing on 5. Yeah, absolutely. 5 and 6, both his strikes on 5 and 6 looked identical.
That is, hey, it's business.
Yeah.
I think Dennis might be in his happy place.
That's right.
And he's sitting up under this ice cold fan too.
Yeah, so he's pretty good. Might have to get him a hat here in a little bit.
Yeah.
He don't need a haircut.
I'm almost tempted to go get my jacket.
Yeah. All right, the chairman working on a spare here.
Yep. Oh, that's not bad.
Ooh, 7-10. My goodness.
You could definitely see where they're a little bit tighter on 7 and 8.
Yeah.
That ball strikes.
Yeah.
7 and 8, that ball strikes. So. That's a 2-pin match over there here if Destiny strikes. Hey, Kniffen's got some power. He can bounce this out.
Oh, the slow sweep.
As I say it.
Yeah, I would get it before. I wouldn't wait on the house to get it.
We got a worker to go get that? Throw a ball at it. Hale. Can they throw a ball at the Deadwood? He said yeah. He said you could throw a ball.
We have
at it.
conferred with Jason Hale, and he said we could throw a ball at the Deadwood on the right side of 6.
Now we're gonna clear out that Deadwood. That was on call. I told him he could throw it out.
Yeah, he needed that rack to come down a little bit faster because he slid right across the AMF logo.
If it touches the rack, then it's no good. You can't spin around and hit it no more. But it would have saved the Deadwood attempt.
All right, so now this match has a special
The
guest.
special guest. Here we go. See how good he is.
Will Jeter offering PBA lane courtesy to our
Northeast. Northeast bowler lane courtesy.
That's right. Got to have a minimum of 2 lanes between bowlers.
Here we go.
Look at this with a backpack.
Aced it.
That is beautiful.
Aced it.
Aced it. There you go. Hey! The shot of the match. The shot of the match. I thought he was going to go all backpack kid on us there for a second.
All right, so let's see how this goes. Small little intermission, which is nothing compared to the intermission they had earlier.
No. No, they had a halftime show after game 1.
They definitely had a halftime show earlier. That was not just a simple change of possession.
Oh. That shot was a lot lighter than he wants on this lane, though.
Firm.
Yeah.
I think he threw it a little bit firm. He might be catching some adrenaline flowing right now because that was, like I said, that was a lot faster than his others have been. So let's see if he tones it back down right here.
For 6.
Oh, that one was pretty sporty.
Ooh.
That one was pretty sporty.
He's walking it all the way out behind the crowd.
He's still walking. Champ's still
trying
walking.
to hide from everybody.
Hey, he's still
Awesome.
walking.
Oh. All right. So Kniffen a little frustrated with himself. He's got himself in a pretty big hole here. It's going to come down to Dennis is going to have to mess up.
Chuck. That tag team match, that 198 or 198 match? Yeah. All right, so we have a chance for a tie down here, a tag team. On this shot right here, he has to strike the tie. And he lost.
He did not do it.
He
Left
did
the
not.
3-pin, it looks like.
Yeah. So it's 197 to 198 G-Town. So now G-Town is up 2-0 over the Disciples. Destiny is actually getting ready to go down 0-2 to the challenger, Jessica West from Menace. So it looks like as it stands right now, Dennis being up 35 at the moment.
We wanted you to check out the floor there for a second on the
Yeah.
feed.
We thought we had action down there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a little slower.
Oh! Wow.
Hey.
And you love Dennis has no Dennis has no emotion on that. I love it.
Hey, that was softer. It was left. It went straight. It should have probably been an 8-10 again, like he almost left earlier, and he scouts the 10.
And I don't even think it was the scout that hit the 10. I think it was the scout that hit a pin that was already off the and popped back up and hit it.
He still scouted the 10.
It just okay.
Let's see what we go here. That one's right. That was money.
Oh, that was money.
That was money.
Yeah, we have a great angle in his pocket shots on 5 because that was just beautiful.
Yeah, that one was perfect. That's it. Huh? 35. He's just about. Yeah. Yeah, that match. He is mathematically eliminated in this game. Yeah, he is at 235 max right now, I want to say. Yeah, 235 max.
Yeah.
And Dennis is at 240 now.
Yeah.
Almost. So
Keep the ball in the lane.
Yep. And what was it you said? I don't want to black cloud him, but you didn't say he doesn't have a. What did you say he had in every match so far?
Yeah, I did say that. But that was based off what they had at the look on 7 and 8 though.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were gonna let them keep moving pairs until they get lined up.
Next game's on 3 and 4.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to 1 and 2, and then we're gonna make the turn.
Yeah, we're gonna make the reverse turn here. This is gonna be really interesting.
All right, everybody out there, they're steady going into action over here. Destiny and them are getting ready to start it up. The tag team belts, they're already going. G-Town looks like they are cruising right along. Got Kniffen, he's going to change balls because he knows he's, after obviously the 5 count on the first one, but that was a ball change as well. He changed on the right lane to an astrophysics, and then he threw it again, but he threw it out the window, and it never hooked. So it looks like he's going to an MVP Pearl here. So this is just another test shot. It's a pocket hit.
Wow.
Scout the 10.
Nice spare.
That's not exactly how you draw
Nice
up the spare, but
no.
it'll do. It gets him another shot at the.
No, that's the 9th.
Oh, that's the 9th. Sorry.
That's the 9th. Yeah. All right, Dennis is claiming no 300 bets. He does not want any 300 bets. There was surprisingly not as much action on this match as there had been on some of the other ones.
Yeah, so the King's Court, they don't bet a ton, I guess you could say. Not like some of the other teams. Hitmen, some of the guys will have pocket, and they'll bet a little bit. But how do you bet against Dennis Killough? Is what you know what I'm saying? Like, how do you bet against him? So even with Hitmen, with they don't mind to throw money around. You can't go against him.
So a part of me felt like he didn't want to get that 300 because he didn't want them betting on it.
Yeah.
Because he turned around, he smiled more when he turned around on that one than he has on any of his strikes.
Yeah.
So,
It was right after he told him don't take that 300 bet.
Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, I think you said earlier about Dennis being in his happy place. I really think that's where he's at now. He's dialed in.
He likes it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so he is not trying to.
Uh-oh. Has a world champ ever been powdered? Has a world champ ever been powdered?
I don't. Well, I mean, a former world champ was powdered, but Dougie got powdered. Because he doesn't want to spare it. Because he doesn't want to throw another shot down the lane, but he doesn't want to get powdered either.
Throw it left-handed.
He threw a strike ball.
Oh,
Boo.
I would have loved to see. We could have had another intermission, Nick, and we could have went outside and powdered
We
him.
would have taken the time out to go powder him up for that. He'd had to come in here bowling paler than he already is.
Yeah, the sun has not been out in North Carolina this weekend.
No.
Oh,
It was out
wow.
early today. I stood outside early and did promo. It was it was out then. It was still cold, but it was out. Do what? Yeah. Do what? Absolutely not.
So light hit for James there. He's trying to figure out what ball he's going to use for game 3. What line he's going to need, and that wasn't it. That was really light.
Astro, and like I said, to me, so obviously I'm familiar with that stuff.
Right.
The Astro is just so clean with his rev rate, and they're fresher and they're a little bit tighter. He misses it, so he's got twofold. He misses it too far to the right. Ball's so clean, he's not gonna get to the 1-3. Also, at the same time, if he tries to play it a little bit tighter and he misses it a little left, well, his rev rate, and because they're fresh, he's probably going to catch the flat hit. So I don't like the move of going to that ball, just because of where it reads it at. I would rather see him. I would have rather seen him going into like the regular physics as opposed to the Astro.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
special guest Kevin Decker.
What's up,
How
Kevin?
we doing, Kevin?
Lovely. How's it going?
We're doing pretty good. Watching your guy not adjust to the new pair very well. I don't think he likes him very much.
He's fine. He'll be okay. We did some fishing that game. I think we got something.
You had plenty of chances, plenty of opportunity to do it.
Yeah, I noticed Dennis playing some defense for himself as well there in the 9th and 10th.
Well, I mean, what smart bowler wouldn't?
Yeah.
You know the tendency to the breakdown in this building. So yeah, I want as few shots as possible in that area. So I told him, I said, I'm surprised you threw it on the lane. I'd have thrown it in the gutter.
Well, I'm expecting a ball change out of Kniffen here. Get closer to where Dennis is playing.
He needs to. I told Ray. I think his move. I didn't like his move to the astrophysics. It's just too clean. It makes his margin for error smaller. The regular physics to me would have been a better move if he was going to go ASIM. The regular physics would have been a better
Flat 10
move.
for Dennis to start this match, or start game 3
He
here.
probably needs to ball it down to something solid to let him get up and play the whole line.
Well, he does have a touch of surface on his Astro, so
It doesn't matter. It's still a pearl cover. It's still
Yeah.
going to get up the lane. And now that's even worse because now it won't corner for him as much because it's not as shiny. That's even worse for what they're bowling on.
I'm interested to see what he looks like. He's actually going to go with the MVP Pearl.
See, again, I mean, it's cool because it's going to let him be a little bit straighter. But to me, I
I don't know if that's going to create the transition that we need to create,
Yeah.
which I actually just told him a minute ago.
The winter solid would be good, and IQ Tour, Idle Pro, something like that would deal with, kind of read it and roll it would be a little better move for him.
Yeah, I was trying to what we were talking about, and I think he must have disagreed a touch with me. But
I mean, again,
That's why he's the champ.
if he aces it right there 9 times, he's golden. Because
but if you have to ace it, that's not the ball you want
again,
to
that's
throw.
exactly what I've said in previous times. If you got on a house shot, if you've got to ace every shot, you're doing it wrong on a house shot. You want to maximize your area, which is what Dennis is good at doing. Kniffen is usually pretty good at doing that.
Yeah.
But like I said, this pair was oiled 8 or 9 hours ago now. That oil has migrated. They are probably very flat across the lane compared to what
And
it
from what
normally
people
is.
have said, this is a tricky pair in the building.
Yes.
Just so the topography itself is a little weird.
Yeah, so like I said, I don't like the moves. Let's see that one again.
Yeah, because I was right. Hey, it held.
But it was right early. You get it right early, it'll corner. If he's another 1.5 feet later than that, he probably ring 10s.
Yeah.
So to me, I don't like it because if he'd have had like a solid ball in that from that point, he probably reads it and rolls. And it doesn't hit, doesn't come in very, that high flush where the 10 fell late. Which is interesting now. Dennis's last shot over here, flat 10.
He's throwing an obsidian.
Yeah, obsidian. Yeah, the kinetic obsidian. That's what he threw earlier when he shot 330.
Yes.
And he actually had to move right from 7 and 8. He had to move right with it on this pair, which is for him amazing. Don't give him that. That's tough to give him.
Which is actually why I was talking to Kniffen and wanted to create transition for Dennis. Not that Dennis can't move, but he needs to get away from that if James wants to have really much of a shot.
Yeah, Yeah, he needs to be able to go left to right with some comfort room.
Because honestly, like I'll just use my match for an example. When we were on 3 and 4, after game 3, I didn't move a board,
Yeah.
and I struck a lot from game 3 to game 7.
So are you saying your partner didn't strike enough for it to go to Game 7?
My partner struck a
That
ton.
was much better.
We averaged like 240 after game 3.
That was much better.
That's awesome. Yeah, because y'all started what, down 0-2, right?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did y'all win?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. And 1-7. And 1-7.
Nice.
I had one of the guys we were bowling against low fried out, so
Yeah. We
Those
talked
are-
about
those are
that.
always
We
fun.
talked about that.
we needed a side of ketchup.
And it was really cool because this is DC's home house. So they had a nice little contingent of people here. So they weren't very loud. So I knew that y'all had 1-7 regardless there.
Yeah, if DC isn't talking and they have any kind of a match going on, then that means they're not winning. That wasn't bad.
That looked pretty good.
That wasn't bad. But I said if
The
he
plus
keeps it
side-
tight right there, playing it up the track, then it's good.
The plus
But-
side is those first 3 shots he's just thrown have been in 3 different spots on the lane.
Yes. No,
So-
his last his 2 shots on 6 were really close to each other. I think that second one was just a little harder.
It was quicker.
A little,
It was quicker
firmer.
to the right.
But the thing is, if he misses it a couple left, and I mean two left, he's gonna flat 10. And if he doesn't, I think if he gets it right again, in the normal spot he gets it right, he might 2-8-10. Unless
Yeah.
now if his right is going to be what he did on the left lane where he got it right early, then he's a safe. I said he aced it.
Yeah,
so
that
far,
was really nice.
Realistically, he's aced 3 of the first 4. So
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna do that, then, by all means, go be a good bowler. You know what I'm saying? Go do it. Me personally,
I'm not good enough to do that.
Yeah, I don't want to have to do that.
I need some miss room.
Yeah. So I need to get my shim going. I need the bumper from the gutter.
Oh, we are in Greensboro. There's lots of bumpers in bowling.
Yeah.
That looks a little left.
But he was
whatever.
soft with it. That's what you want to do. Kniffin's not soft by any means.
He's a lot softer than he used to be.
Yeah, but that's not saying much.
He used to
not
throw it
saying-
harder than Senzo.
I know he was like Mach 3 territory. His ball didn't see the first 10 feet because it was hydroplaning.
Yeah.
But it's still fast. But Dennis, if he doesn't have to throw it firm and he can just roll it like that and let the ball just kind of float up, he's in heaven.
Yeah.
He seriously used to throw the ball harder than Senzo.
He did? Yes.
Yeah.
That's very hard to believe.
I've seen it.
And then he went to Kegel and, as he
They-
called it, learned to bowl.
Yeah.
No offense to Senzo, but
You know,
because Senzo is
Kniffen was pretty
amazing
good,
at what he does.
but he took. Look,
Had to block out my F word.
oh, that pin was what, halfway over? I saw the bottom, and it stood back up. How many years did Kniffen take off? What, all 4 years when he was in college? I know he took time off.
I'm
I
not
think he
actually
said
positive on
he
that one.
told me in college he didn't bowl at all, and he had just came back. He had only been, he's probably back like 3 or 4 years now. 3 years.
It's been a little bit more
something
than
like So he took time off, and he's back, and he's very hard. How many times did you take off? 6 years. He took 6 years off. Yeah.
Ooh.
College years. Yeah, he did. He about hooked it past that 9. So yeah,
Playing with,
a 6 year
Harambe's
break.
heart.
Yeah, 6 year break for college and whatnot, and after life immediately after college, and now he's back into it.
For those who don't know, Kniffen is a very smart individual.
Well, that's what I was telling in the beginning, and that's probably part of his biggest downfall is his brain. He thinks too much, but he's very intellectual. He's
There's that left.
intelligent.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
But it was,
There's a lot left.
But it was left with his feet. It was left everything. It wasn't. If he'd have been where he was normally at him, it's left. The ball, it doesn't hydro. But that ball, it was all. It couldn't have no choice but hit high flush.
He's what I like to call that like the 210 miss, where they don't miss. If they miss by a board or 2, they're gonna go face. They miss 3 or 4, they're going into that puddle,
Yeah.
and it just holds.
But like I said, he was left with his feet. The ball off his hand was left. That was everything was left.
Yes.
So, and he did that a couple of times in the first game where everything was left. But back to him and Kniffen, just who he is.
That got right fast.
But it was slower too.
Ooh.
That was much slower. His brain, his mind, his head is his worst enemy because he will start to think and then he will overthink, and that is never good.
That's
but
generally
he
why
can't-
I stay near him because
But he can't.
I
help
don't
it.
think.
But he can't help it, because he's just a high functioning individual.
Yes.
And like I said, you talk to him, he talks fast.
Yep.
He's just, that's just who he is. He's very eccentric, I guess is a good word
Yep.
to call him. But it's just who he is, and so he's got to. as soon as he learns to get out of that and not overthink it every time, he's gonna. He's already.
He's getting there.
He's already a handful. But as soon as he gets past that, then yeah, he's gonna be a huge handful.
Because I'll openly say, when he first joined Hitman, I worried about starting him against teams that may be more vocal. I honestly do not worry about that anymore with him.
We had that discussion in the playoff, and I told you he needs to be on the floor, and he was like, I don't think he can. I said, I think he can. He needs to be on the floor. And you put him on the floor, he put his earbuds in, and he
shot 760.
Yeah, he blew it up.
He kept us in the playoffs at that moment. Which, as most know, we're really bad at staying in the playoffs.
Yeah, y'all don't like coming out of that the finals for the South.
We're really good the first 2 weeks of July. That third week of July, I'm just going on vacation this year.
You need to let somebody else make the managerial decisions.
Well, I won't comment on that.
I in my mind, I wanted to say something.
I was gonna say he just got married, so all that should be taken care of now. We should have a lot smarter decisions coming out of the Hitman's camp.
She was already she's the owner or president. Yeah, so she's already got a voice. That ain't got nothing to do with her.
Oh goodness.
I'm just there to stand around and look pretty.
Well, you're doing an amazing job of that
There
today.
you are.
I'm the best looking 330-pound guy in the building.
Hey, no. Hey.
Got a whole lot of big people in here that may disagree with you. So we got a 10-pin match over here with the Vixens. Yeah, it looks like 2-0 Jessica. 220, 30, 60.
Ooh,
So
Stone
now,
9.
it looks like G-Town is
All right,
actually going
we
to
got-
lose the game. They're
got
maxing 210 to 228 from
Kniffen, front 8.
the Disciples.
Oh
did.
my goodness.
Sure, I'm glad he didn't like that one.
He turned his back on that one.
Sure, I'm glad he didn't like that one.
Yeah, that was
It hit
something
the
else.
pocket like it was supposed to go there.
It's pretty simple. When you're matched up, you're matched up.
Yeah. So now Destiny has the 10-pin advantage going into the 10 because she is now maxing 230 to Destiny's 240. And Jess is like Kniffen. She is a head case. So she could give it up that way too.
He's not lying.
And not in a bad way. She's gonna think. She's gonna get, eccentric, I guess is a good word, like Kniffen does. And being a head case meaning her mind is gonna get, it's gonna get the.
She's thinking about what's on the lanes.
Well, this is true. It's interesting to see how she finishes the 10th here. She's been pretty solid so far in the first 2 games in the 10th frame. Actually, she's actually made good shots right there. So let's see how if she can get it done. We got Kniffen right here, front 8.
Yep.
See if he can finish this thing out right here.
Yeah, because all Dennis can do is 269, so he can close them out pretty quick here.
Yeah, I mean, but technically Dennis is still in it. If Kniffen doesn't strike right here, then technically you're still in it. And we've watched Kniffen's last few shots, and they haven't been the greatest, but he has struck. So eventually that is going to go away.
Oh,
not yet. That was the big one. But he's 7-10 right here, and Dennis has it.
I don't see that ball 7-10.
I don't think we can hear you talking because there's no microphone, do you?
I don't see that ball 7-10ing.
I'm just saying. I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible. He could be just as crisp as he was in a few shots before that, and it might.
I mean,
4-9,
it's possible he gutters, but I don't see that happening.
4-9 or something like that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
that's
maybe
probably
see
a little
that.
more feasible. 7-9, high flush, something like that. 7-10 is probably a stretch.
Do we have any 300 bets on Kniffen?
No.
No, 300 bets on Kniffen either. So Killough don't want none. Hitman don't want none.
Honestly, if he gets his next one, I wouldn't be shocked to be ball changed.
Well, he tried to give me that 7-10. He tried to give me that 7-10.
My goodness.
That's my champ.
Who? That's your champ? He'll still be your champ after today, regardless of what happens.
We're on Operation Bring Kevin Decker World Title Part 2. Part 1 wasn't on Hitman at the time, but he is now.
He was a slayer.
He was a slayer at the time.
He
He's
didn't
now.
keep it very long either.
He kept it for 6 months.
Did he? I didn't think it was that long. You didn't have to defend as often then either, did you?
right, so we
Must
are.
have had 300 bets back there.
Yeah, they had
Yeah,
a
they-
300 bet.
They're bored watching the Vixens match, I guess, and they're.
Hey, Destiny.
They're watching
that
this.
Was, yeah,
And Dennis is doing the smart thing again.
Yep. Don't burn the lineup.
absolutely. No, like I said, Dennis is one of the smartest bowlers that I have ever really talked to, as far as at this level. Obviously, the guys that do it for a living they're way more intelligent, thinking ahead, things like that. But as far as like at this level where we bowl at, where we would compete, normal guys, there's none smarter than Dennis. You know, he knows he's trying to preserve it as long as possible.
Right. Which is a great decision. Great decision.
Because I do believe if he has to move left, his carry percentage is going to go down. He's Dennis, because he doesn't have the rev rate of
Yeah, but Dennis
Kniffen.
has the tricks though.
Yes, he has tricks up his sleeve. I definitely know that.
Dennis is one of the best at manipulating his ball roll with his hand, and he will figure it out. It might take him a couple shots, but he'll figure it out.
Correct.
He'll figure it out to be able to stay the 240, 250 pace.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to be 2-1 now.
Yeah, Southeast
Challenger.
Oh, yeah.
2-1 the Challenger. We are 2-1 in the Vixens match now. Challenger up in that one. And they are 2-1 in the tag team belts. The champions are up 2-1.
Yeah, the good part with Kniffen is actually the first one that's actually successfully defended his belt this season.
Yeah.
Outside of Destiny. Destiny's the only other champ in the Southeast that's been able to defend her belt at least once, and she's held it since last year. So
Yeah.
she's even changed teams in the middle of all of it. So
Yeah.
she's doing really good. And I think regardless of what happens today, with every belt Kniffen leaves with, he's gonna be somebody to reckon with for a while.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can't deny he's got talent. He's 100%. His power and things like that. I mean, it's amazing to watch the things that he can do. Like I said, his is all mental. If he can get past that mental hurdle, clear his mind, and just do it, trust the process, so to speak, and trust himself. It's going to be tough to beat him at any point, even if he's got a belt, don't have a belt, whatever he's bowling. It's just going to be tough.
Yeah, being the Southeast WCS coordinator, it's given me a chance to talk to these guys a lot more, and some of the conversations with them has just been phenomenal. Both with Dennis, which we had a podcast. It's on the UBA site that went really well. But in Kniffen, just every time, even today, he stopped me. He said, "You want me to tell you a short story?" And I was thinking, well, it's going to be short because you talk so fast. Like he just, it's real quick.
The thing
It
about
just
him, though,
bam.
He'll ramble, so it's not really a short. Like when I did my interview with him, earlier, just while the relay event was going on, I said, hey, just give me 30, 40 seconds, real quick, and he was like, yeah, sure. And his interview lasted like 2 minutes because he talks and he just keeps going.
Yeah. All right, where's Will Jeter at? We need a deadwood clearance here.
Jeter, go get the deadwood. Hey, please do your split. Please one time.
His next jersey is going to be corner Deadwood.
Yeah.
Corner deadwood.
Here
I
we
like
go.
that. I like that.
The designated lane man.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Little action there.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Man. Wow.
Hey, his one and done.
Will Jeter, everybody. He's probably going to feel that one in the morning, but it's okay.
Nah, he's in shape. He's okay for it. Hey, you did bounce pretty hard. Yeah. Hey, we can do it on the next one.
Ask for you to get your screen going.
Start it with Quincy. He's not on camera. It's okay. It's not.
All right, so game 4, we are not going to have a 300. This is
Yeah,
great.
I can't believe it. Nobody's
Yeah.
gonna have the front 8. I can't believe it. We go to the new pair, and this is such a letdown for so far for the new pair.
Yeah, it's been
Yeah,
it's been
no,
awful
I mean,
so
the
far.
first 2 games, they each had the front 8. Now this is a letdown. Strikes. No one wants to see strikes fair. That was pretty good.
That was
pretty
that,
sporty.
that was nice.
That one was pretty
that was
sporty.
pretty nice.
So just had a little talk with Kniffen. This next shot, at least on the left lane, I think his goal is going to be trying to get the ball to go a little bit more forward. He's tricking his hand a bit.
Okay.
at least on the left lane, just because that's what he's trying to do on the right lane, is just get it to go forward.
Okay.
So we're going to see if this works. I told him I didn't think it was the greatest idea, but
Well,
I'm also not the champ.
Kniffen already likes to roll it a little bit. His hand is he's here and he likes to snap it, and unload it. So
Yeah.
I would imagine how he's going to get it to go more forward.
Well,
Here we go.
I don't, that was not forward and that was left.
Ooh. Big. Yeah.
That was not forward.
Yeah.
You could see his ball rotating sideways, and it was left.
yes.
And if you're not used to having to do that, I don't understand why you would try to do that right there. Like,
Yeah.
like I get like somebody like Dennis would be good at because that's what he does on a regular basis. He will change his hand in a heartbeat.
Ooh.
But it's funny when he left the 7-10, right as he let it go, I said he's got the power to bounce that one out, and he threw it out. I was like, oh, I got it.
If that rack had come down a little bit faster on his 710, it might have gone in the right
It
direction.
doesn't matter. It hits a sweep. It doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
If a
It
pin
hits
hits the sweep, yes, it does.
No, you can't touch the sweep.
Yes, you can.
Where's Jason Hale?
Where's Jason Hill?
You don't need Jason Hale. Kevin Decker doesn't argue rules unless he's right.
Ah, that's not true. That is not
That is
true.
very
true.
Kevin Decker just likes to argue.
I only argue rules when I'm right. It just so happens a lot of people are wrong a lot.
No.
Welcome to the Southeast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where they don't know how to spell urethane.
Yeah. Yeah. What was the other one you called? You called out.
All right,
more
so
than
the
one
world
jersey
champ
problem,
now.
hadn't you?
Yes. The other one was straight up their fault. They didn't have it on the roster.
Yeah.
That was legitimately their fault.
Yeah.
I will say I was a bit petty. And by a bit, I mean a lot petty during the urethane one. A lot of people, and hopefully everybody hearing this can actually hear my side of the story. Nobody's
I
ever heard.
already knew your
You-
side
you
because
know this, my
I
side.
was present. I was present for it.
So for anybody who wasn't there, me and the owner of High Octane got into it over some stuff going on in a World Championship Series match. Then she was yelling at me, screaming at me, calling me every name in the book.
Yes, you did. Curse.
So-
foul language was used.
Yep. They misunderstood me a little bit, a few times, because apparently I'm difficult to understand. Never knew that. So I figured,
Your wife would understand it.
yes. So I figured, how can I be petty back to them? So I started looking at all the nicknames and noticed on the roster, urethane had an A. For those not aware of how to spell and didn't go to school, urethane is U-R-E, not U-R-A. So I helped them buy a vowel.
And it
Filed
cost
it-
them. It cost them.
And it cost them 250 pins. Just like in Wheel of Fortune, it cost you $250. It cost them 250 pins because that's what their guy shot.
Oh, see, that's what I'm talking about with that shot, with that ball. He didn't get it right early, so it didn't pick it up and go. He got it right at the spot where he wants to get it to for breakpoint wise, right to 810. Pretty
Yep.
sure I called that. But again,
He might have called that.
It's because I'm good at what I do. You know rules, I know bowling. I know ball reaction. It's that ball. To me, as good as it looked, obviously your front eight is like, oh, you made the wrong ball choice. He threw it. His misses were in the right spot. His
Yeah.
good shots were amazing. That one was a miss that with, a ball with some surface would have picked it up and gone through, which is what I thought he should have been in.
Yeah.
Can't argue with Nick about bowling. I don't even think Daphne gets to win arguments at home.
Probably not. I can argue rules, though. I'm really good at those.
That's a lot.
I do agree with you about the sweep, though. If it hits the sweep, it can come back and hit the pins. Because you have no way of telling from here if it just rolled or if it did hit it.
I've seen a protest filed on it, and that was the ruling. So that's the only reason I know it. Still not a fan of that ball. I'm actually slowly becoming not a fan of it.
I told you I was in a. Obviously, it's hard to. You throw the front eight. It's hard to say it wasn't good, but I said it from the get-go. This is what his misses are going to look like. This is what he's going to do.
Don't mind if the contender jumps in for a second?
Oh no! Oh, okay, all right. So we got an
Kniffen is here
Yeah.
for a little mid-game commentary.
All right.
What's up, man?
Well, lesson number one, never give the champ an opening, which I unfortunately just did. Just got a little firm in that right lane. The location was pretty good. Lanes are a little tricky, but it's all about making shots and beating your opponent. So
Yeah.
so far so good. doing a decent job of managing my emotions. I've made a couple of really errant shots where I've just kind of shouldered it, gotten it up the lane. But, you know, that's how the cookie crumbles, and I just got to climb back, make them show up this game, and got a few more after this.
Yeah, you do. I mean, so tell us about the ball change you made. What are you throwing now?
So that is that's a Roto Grip MVP Pearl that I'm throwing right now. It's a lower end ball, but it's surprisingly kind of chuggy and rolly down lane. So I'm just using it to get the ball tumbling through the pins. I was throwing a phase 2 earlier in the match, and the shape was good, but it just wasn't really going through the pins right. So tried a couple different balls. Tried an astrophysics later in game 2, I think, and looked okay, not great. And was able to just close it up a little more with the MVP Pearl, and it's working so good, working pretty well so far. So,
well,
I missed have been operator error.
Keep up the good work, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. We're gonna set a new standard for commentary here at this rate.
Yeah. So there you folks heard it straight from the bowler's mouth.
Yep.
What he's trying to do with that ball. It worked for 8 frames. It did work for 8 frames. So it has not worked so far this game, but again, he's missing it in a different way now.
Yep.
His bad shots are different, you know, and it's the bad shots that he would normally make, and it's not paying off. So that shot was a little bit better. It wasn't as far right at the break point, and so he, you kind of snapped the 10 out. Yes.
If you heard that, yes, that was Nick eavesdropping on the Vixens match.
Yeah, so Destiny is up a little early. Through the first 6 frames, she's maxing 270. Looks like Jessica is maxing 250. But Destiny is on a 4-bagger. We talked earlier, and I wanted her to make a ball change, and she just now went to it, and now she has the 4-bagger. So. We said she can tie this up right here. She might catch the next 2. Because see, the girls aren't going to beat them up as much. They are both right on top of each other.
Yeah.
So they're not going to beat them up that much. They'll catch it a little bit. Jess will, because she doesn't turn it much, so she likes to throw surface. So when her service balls changes, she half 10s, and from there that's where she starts to struggle, because that's when her mind gets going.
All right. Dennis for a turkey.
Ooh.
Oh!
Hey! Score correction!
All right, we need Will Jeter for a score correction now. All right, let's see what we got. All right.
Hey, it's bad enough you got the guy strike. Now you got to put his strike in for him. But that's bad. It's like insult to injury. If I'm Kniffen, there's no way I'm volunteering to put your strike in. No chance.
We will stand here and wait 20
Hey,
minutes for somebody to come down
you
here.
Put it in. There's no way I'm doing it.
That was nice.
See, to me, Dennis is missing his shots in, and that's why they're catching those flat hits. It's not. He's not getting it to like that 7-8 range.
Yeah.
His ball is staying at the 9-10 range, but he's also laying it down at like 11-12. And so to me, it's not. No, see, that one is right.
That got right.
Yeah, so it picks it up a little better and goes. I mean, he ringed 10 as opposed to the plat 10 that got scouted late. But
Yeah.
to me, that's a better shot. That was actually a good shot from the Vixen.
Yeah, Destiny is starting to strike over there too.
Yeah. So Jessica's trying it. She's maxing 230 because she 10-pinned. And so Destiny is up 40 in that match right now on the 4-bagger. She can catch this double right here. She just really had to stay clean the rest of the way. Dennis gonna clean up the spare.
Him missing a single pin would be like DC begging for me to miss a single pin.
Yeah, Dennis is
Not
not
very good odds.
Yeah, Dennis is not only. I mean, he's an amazing. Well, he's an amazing spare shooter. But you can't get to this level without being a high-level spare shooter.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? You can't. That doesn't. You don't get here by I strike a lot, but I can't make a spare. Sparing's optional. That doesn't happen.
I'm the opposite. I spare a lot. I don't really strike a lot.
Well, that's most of us.
Well, somebody on our
That
team
was
missed.
left.
Somebody on our team missed a 10-pin last night. and it wasn't me.
You had a lot of people here. Who was it? Destiny?
No, out of me and my cohort here.
Oh yeah, when we bowled yesterday. Oh yeah, I missed one, but that was all I missed.
That's it. That was it.
all
I think that was all you
So
missed.
speaking of, Destiny just left the 10 pin.
She's actually a fairly good spare shooter on the right side. That left side is tricky. But if you watch her shoot all her spares on the left side, she throws it up the second arrow on the left.
Ooh. Why on how? I mean,
On
that may
everything.
be the sports shot
On
in
everything.
her.
On everything.
I was gonna say, but she may be doing that because that's a sports shot in her.
Hey, it
But
could
on
be.
house, all
Yeah.
she should be doing on a left side spare is dump it up the. He
Oh,
got that
was
right
it.
really
right.
fast.
That's what I'm saying. Now that they're hooking, so this is what you run into, and this is what we saw down there. So they're beating them up. So you have hook to the right, early hook to the right now. So you move left to play the early friction. Now you'll miss it late. You don't have the down lane motion. Or you stay where you're at, and now you just have to eliminate that friction to the right, which is what I think he should do. Now he can go big ball, surface, move left, and really boom it. I think he can do that now. Dennis is eliminating all that because Dennis is throwing it right up 10. He is staying on 10, up it, up it, up it, up it.
Yes.
He just has to make sure he doesn't miss it left like he has.
That was Stone.
Yeah, oh yeah.
So all Dennis got to do is keep the ball in the lane for the next
he
3
is,
balls, and
he is,
this
Matt,
will
I'm pretty
match
sure
will be
he's
over.
A clean
9 out,
finish.
9
Yeah,
out
yeah,
is-
clean finish. No, he don't even need clean finish. He needs clean flame here, and it's a done deal.
Actually, he does need to at least spare something.
That's why he has to spare here.
Yeah, he goes 9 out, 9 out. Still a chance, but
Yeah, you go 64 plus 9 is 73.
this is a ball change, though. This is the Triton Elite. Or is that the Triton, or is that his hybrid?
That's the hybrid. That's the,
Oh, okay.
that's the Tactics hybrid. So it's funny. Me and Dennis bowled
look-
Rocky Mountain together in July or whenever that was, September, whatever it was. And so we talked. Obviously, me and Dennis talked a good bit. And so we was talking. He pulled that ball out, and I was just like, ugh. And he was like, "You don't like it?" I said, "Look, the ball has amazing shelf appeal. It looks great." I was like, "But when it rolls down the lane, I'm just like, as a shiny hybrid, the ball looks like it never wants to hook." And he's like, "I love this ball. I really like it." And I was like, "All right, go ahead." And then Dennis does what Dennis does. He threw it on the team portion. He got in the left gutter and and struck a bunch. He was our anchor bowler for all 24 games. For a reason.
Yeah.
But the whole time we done, I'm just like, oh my god, that ball is so bad. And it just to me it looks like it doesn't really want to pick it up. But for him it works. He makes it work.
He might be the only one I think that it works for.
That's what I'm saying.
And here we go again with
Back-to-back stone 8s from the Vixens on the right lane. Jess just did it, and then Destiny just stone 8 on the right lane. No, Kniffen just said can't give him freebies, and you can't. He's good. When he's that good, you can't give him games and frames.
Menace is getting really excited over there when their bowler is down 40.
Then it's getting ready to be 2-2.
Yeah, and they're getting really excited for some reason, which I don't really get. Some people just chant to chant.
That they do.
They have a really silly chant if anybody's ever heard it.
I like their chant. I like it.
We all we got. We all we need.
I like it. I like their chant. I like their chant.
It's goofy.
There you go.
And Dennis is over here trying to
Two more.
he's showing me numbers and stuff like I know how to do math or something.
And then we now need to clean up on 6 and 7 because I think Dennis just spit his Mountain Dew out over the place.
So Kniffen looks like he's making a ball change here. It's a phase 3, which
There
is
you
what
go. Hey, 2 more games. Let's go.
which yesterday when Kniffen went to his phase 3,
Yeah.
that was when he started averaging 250. So
Well,
I don't
it's
know,
about
I don't know
time
if he's got
it's
that
about
look,
time he
but-
can do it. It's about time he can do it. They're starting to the fronts are starting to go. The fronts are starting to go a little bit right there. So he as like I said, he can get in with a bigger ball, and boom, I think he can get in with a ball that has a little more service to it.
We got it.
I can see.
Yeah, Nick got the Stormer and Roto Grip stuff down pat, I promise.
Hold the phase 3 first.
Yeah.
Not that Nick wouldn't have been able to figure it out.
Yeah. My thing
He's helping us with commentary.
Yeah, right. My thing with Kniffen, and it's okay, and so this is another thing where Kniffen's like, he should not be back here talking with us.
I
that's
don't
where
disagree.
his mind is. Like I said, he's just
It's moving so fast.
It's moving so fast. He's like, I want to talk. I want to explain what I'm doing. I want to talk to somebody. That type thing. And he should just be bowling. Just worry about bowling. You know, you get like Dennis interact with us, they lab with us from down there, but he's not like back. You know what I'm saying? When he's up there, he's the only one there.
Yep.
You know?
I think Dennis is brave with the two of us with microphones too, sitting in front of us.
Oh, that did not look
That
good.
picked up really quick. That picked up real
That's
quick.
I'm pretty sure that's
But
the
it was-
shininess in that ball.
Well, it was that, but he also laid it down right. That was a
Yeah.
miss off his hand. It was right. It was right quick.
I mean, it's not as much of a bad ball choice as Max Fishman made in his title match at Rainbow.
Yeah, that
but
wasn't very good. Hey, go see who won the tag team. They should be. I think it's 3-1. G-Town. Find out.
All right, so we're sending our guest announcer to check on the count for the title match, the tag title match. The Vixens are tied 2-2.
Yeah, that was a strong finish there by Destiny. You know, her blemish pretty much was the 8-pin and 10-pin. Otherwise, that's a 270 game. I want to say her 9-spare in the second frame was a 10-pin as well. So I mean, that was a pretty good game.
So you clearly know bowling more than me. So right there, Dennis was he left that split, the 4, 6, 7, and it didn't look like he tried to get either one. Was he
No.
did he throw the same ball again to make sure that he didn't mess up?
He wanted to see. He thought maybe it could be the lane, could be him, but he definitely made a move to see. He moved left. He didn't lay it down in the dirt.
Yeah, first frame is not going to hurt him to.
Yeah, 2 pins. It's not like
Yeah.
it's on a spare or anything. He didn't have to. I don't think so. It's 2 pins. I mean, you're looking at your max of 79 or 77. Well, I think Dennis's weighing his options. He'd much rather get lined up to try and strike 4 more times as opposed to getting 2 pins and then possibly take another frame. No, he just moved in.
No, he threw the
moved
same
left.
ball he did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he moved left.
Did you hear me on the tag match?
Yes, 2-2 on the tag match. That's surprising because the G-Town, they looked like they were well on their way. And it looks like that match is 280 to 279 pace right now, or maxing right now. So those guys are throwing some strikes. There we go. Kniffen after the ball change on both lanes now. You see how
that's still pushing down lane.
He needs, if he's going to play there, he needs some teeth. He needs some surface. Like I said, regular physics I think would be amazing at that point right there. Regular physics, idle, something like that. I would go regular physics just because I'm a huge fan of it. But yeah, something like that.
Just digs.
Yeah, it's going to pick it up a little better, and it's going to roll it a little bit heavier. And that's
Now,
2 of those.
yeah,
That's where those 2 pins don't matter now.
Yeah, he's been having some issues with his the it in his thumb. He was telling me about it a little while ago. It's lifted up about an inch. Hasn't had a chance to fix it yet. Not making excuses, just it's causing a little bit of feel issues.
Well, he's made everything but those 2 10 pins.
Yeah, but where's somebody who normally always makes them all, and now all of a sudden he's missed a couple.
See, that's the same thing. So Dennis just cheated a little bit left. Shiny ball, hybrid. It didn't want to pick it up and go. In my opinion, Dennis probably has to get out of that one as well.
Probably needs to go to his. I could see his Obsidian working from that inside.
Or that Inception.
Inception.
The track
You mean
Inception?
Intuition?
Intuition, I'm sorry. Intuition. Inception was a hammer ball back in the day, everybody. It was a bowling ball.
Inception was a no, it was Exception. Track Exception.
Yeah,
It was like yellow and green and blue.
yeah, something.
I had one.
It was a ball. I knew it was a ball.
It was,
But
it wasn't a very good ball.
Intuition, that's what I'm sorry. Yes, the new one. He threw it in practice, actually on both pairs, and it wanted to just pick it up and dig a little bit too much, which wouldn't be a bad idea for him right here. I don't think Kniffen can get away with that.
I wasn't the little bit I've seen from that Intuition, which of course he's throwing a ball that I haven't seen very much goodness out of. Maybe that Intuition's good for him, but I haven't seen it real good for a lot of other people.
He said he liked it.
He might be like some of those who like balls that most people just hate, even though he's throwing an Obsidian, which is a great ball.
All right, so James got to get the 10-pin miss on lane 5 out of his mind. All right. Oh, that looked good. It's a little straighter than I thought it was going to be. There we go. All right. So Kniffen is back on it now. Got a double.
Yeah, see, he put that ball down. That was, I said, that wasn't, to me,
Yeah.
I didn't like that from the jump.
No. There he was joking to somebody sitting below us.
He said his one of his jersey nicknames is unnecessary ball change, and that is why.
Oh, all right.
So that was it. So me and Dennis just had a conversation. You know, we normally do. I thought he needed to get some surface because he was moving in. You're moving in, and they're a little fresher.
Yep.
And I reckon the balls. I reckon he thought A-Sims would just pick it up and go too much, so he went back to the Obsidian, which he's almost in the same zone where he was at earlier. That's a wet pearl, which is not bad. I think he's going to try to stay right. That'll definitely get through that early friction. So there you go. So let's see. That's interesting. He's going to put it up there. I don't know when he'll do it. It might be after his next miss, probably. That one struck. He might not have liked it. You can tell by his facial expression. He kicked that 10 out late. Probably wasn't a huge fan of it. That's not bad. It's too much forward. It's too even as it's going when it picks it up, and you don't want to really change direction. Which is why I thought if he's going to move into like the intuition, which he didn't think would do very well. I thought maybe or his red paradox would roll it, but that's probably too much forward roll. That ball is going to pick it up and roll it, but that's not a bad thing. You're moving into oil. You move it in, and then you can kind of soft roll it and do what he likes to do. Anything he throws right now, if he misses it right early, it's going to hook for both of them.
Yeah.
So he already knows that. That's going to do any ball. You want a ball that's going to pick it up and roll it when you roll it through the track, like right there. His ball rolled to the track, and it didn't want to go to the pins. I think an early rolling A-Sim ball would do that. You might have to move a little left, but you can still do it.
Yes. Still not. I think I don't think it was like where Kniffen was mentioning about an unnecessary ball change. Don't think it was an unnecessary ball change. I think he unnecessarily went back to the other ball, which he threw a double as soon as he did it. But we'll see what it does from here on out.
I think a big ball, cheat it left, and just play the track.
Yeah, and that's just picking up too hard off the spot.
The track is starting to hook. They have developed some transition on the track, but the problem is at the 8, 9, 10 spot, they hook early. So you've got to get left of that and then still get it to clear it and then get to that spot and go. What I like to do here is eliminate everything right and just make like 8 my gutter. You just play the track right there, which is what I just told Dennis. I think you can move in, play the track, make that your gutter, and that's what you want to throw it to. So, but again, we'll see where it goes. Destiny put up a quick double over there on Jessica.
So we're sitting on a 1-pin difference here, game 5, and we got a Sully cam on 9. Let's see if I can.
I think you got to make like 8 of the double. Don't hold right on that if you play that track and move in. It's okay though. You don't got to be as deep as him though.
Ooh, wrap 10-pin.
Yeah. Yeah, if he keeps going down his barrel like that, Dennis will be okay. Dennis will just stay with him.
Yeah, Dennis is smart now. Dennis is not going to overly adjust nothing.
Let's see. So we just had a split down there on the Vixen from the Challenger. So she's starting to get in a hole. Kniffen gonna make a spare. All right, bonus pins.
All right, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Hey, keep it up, Destiny. Let's go.
Destiny down there looking pretty loose, pretty comfortable.
She's a little motivated right now. She had that early hole, and it's game time now.
Yeah, Menace to Society had, I think, 3 different teams going today during Team Relay, and they're all still here.
Yeah, they had a very strong show, but they normally travel well.
Yep.
And this is only like an hour away from most of them, so being in Charlotte area, hour and a half, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad.
And Destiny got about 10 teammates in the building as well.
Yeah, Savages are in the building. We here.
Yeah, we're over here, and Holton's bowling a match, but we got a nice little group checking out her match, so it's good.
Now. He's back watching, I believe.
Okay, good. All right,
Yeah, I think
Dennis.
Holton's done.
Yeah.
There he is. That was the one he wanted right there.
He's doing more and more of the little hand wave,
Yeah,
the left-handed hand wave
he
there.
was pumped on that one. That was
Yeah.
it. You don't get a whole lot of emotion out of him, but when
No.
it does, it's always special.
Yep.
Hey, who won that game 5 in the tag team? I know they were maxing 79 and 80. See, that's a ball change right here. That's not bad. Oh!
Yes, sir.
Oh!
My goodness,
Hey! That's what I'm talking about.
man.
That's what I'm talking about.
We are setting emotion records here
Hey,
today.
that is it.
That was-
you don't get a whole lot of that from him. I told you when he does it, it's special.
Yeah, that is nice.
I was wrong. Holton is still bowling down there. Hey. Dennis, I thought it was going to be cleaner, like the hybrid, but it would tip it harder. I didn't think.
Yeah,
it
that
would
was a
that much.
crazy 7-pin on 5 there from the champ.
I saw you put the wet pearl down there. What were you thinking with it? 'Cause that actually might be right. You might have to be left with it.
All right, Kniffen back on it. No, extremely light. He's got to move right.
Yeah. But see, I think
Throw that same ball right.
Closer to the early friction, I'm not sold on that one. You got to be really, really straight with it. I still want to see you like big ball, cheat it left, and play that bump track right there. Yeah, but I think you get a big ball and just go up that. Your bump right will still be as long as you don't throw it way out the window.
All right. See what James here going to do. James going to spare this up. Yes, he
Good
does.
spare. This is big. He's got to find something right here. He's desperate right now.
He's got to move right. I mean,
No, I don't think he needs to move right. I think so. I think the phase 2 is wrong. It's too early. Idle. I say too. It's early and smoother. He needs the ball that's all, but it will like keep going a little bit. It's got a little more teeth. Idle would go.
he can't just move. He can't move right and just throw it harder.
No, I don't think. I mean, he can. I don't think it's a good idea.
Because the shot shape looked good on that last one. It just
I think you want to stay away from moving right and getting closer to the early friction.
see he did the same thing there. I think if he's further right throwing that same spot, it comes back better.
I think moving right, like I just told Dennis, moving right, getting your ball laid down closer to the early friction that is developed around the track is bad.
Okay.
Because then you absolutely cannot miss it right because you can't get it through it to get to the good spot down lane because you're too close to it. Like you're on top of it. I think he needs a ball that goes harder. Like I said, I keep saying
Good
it, but
spare.
the regular physics I think is the ball he needs to be in his hand. If I was him, I would go into the regular physics.
Well, all he can max is 210 this game.
Yeah, Dennis is shooting 230. Is that right? He went 70s.
240. Yeah, 240. So, if Dennis stays clean, he should be okay.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said he wanted one more frame from James. He needed one more miss, and then to make him feel comfortable, and then he can start to play around with
Get
stuff.
ready for next game.
Yeah.
Yep.
I say he's back into the intuition right here. He said it was really, really clean on the last one, and he knows he caught a break. So let's see what he does there. Oh, he was way behind it. That was it. That was it. He rolled that one really, really well.
I tell you, I haven't seen this much emotion from him in back-to-back shots. Like even when he won the belt from Nick Christie last year at Mega Bowl.
Yeah, he was
didn't.
pretty chill, pretty calm.
Yeah, just
Well, you saw his Facebook post. He reacted to something that Arroyo said. And it lit a fire. Dennis never posts on Facebook if it's not talking about his bowling. He doesn't get on. And he went on there and he said, y'all lit a fire.
Yeah.
And I commented on it and I said, hey, you do not. That is a monster. You do
there
not
you
want to wake
go.
up.
No.
A relaxed Dennis Killough is dangerous. Hey, that's it. I told you. That's it. That was it. I said a motivated Killough is almost unbeatable.
A kilo of anything is pretty dangerous.
That's what I said. A relaxed, casual, normal bowling Killough is very tough. a motivated, focused Dennis Killough
Yeah.
it is very, very hard to beat.
And we are now 3-2, excuse me, 3-2 now
3-2.
in this world title match.
Did you get behind it or did you just move right? That's what I thought it would do.
Kniffin's going to have to think of something here. He's going to have to move right, or I'm thinking move right and throw it harder. Nick wants the ball change. Move left.
That was it.
So we'll see.
I thought that was when I saw that one, just like push it and not play it. I was like, that intuition, I in the same zone should do it. Yeah. All right, so we got a close match now again in the Vixens. Even though this game is done.
Yep.
So the Vixens match is going to come down to the 9th and 10th. It looks like again with Jess maxing 206.
Yep.
And we have 230 by the champ. She had the quick 3-bagger, then she 4-9.
Yeah.
And then it was back-to-back 10 pins. So let's see what she does here. So she catches a strike here.
Man, he's like throwing a straight backup looking ball, and he's still striking.
Yeah, his spare shot, all of his field shots are all up 10 on the left side. When did he show up?
4:30. I told him I'd be a little after 4 when I got done. That was said okay. I said I would call him and let you know when my last game started. I told him to let you know when I catch the rhythm. When you play 4:30, you got to give me 5 minutes to get here. I mean, I can't help everybody get bowling. I asked before I started. And I was told I could give it to me.
You said you'd be here a little bit after 4. You said 4:30.
But it wasn't just for this longer than I thought. I can't help it.
I told you to start at 4:30. You go ahead and start the practice.
I was here at 4:30. He's
So what's the problem?
about 4:30.
So the field being bowled off.
I was here at 4:30. Okay, he didn't throw the whole game in 5 minutes. He did not start until 4:30. He threw the whole game in 5 minutes.
Well, they told me I had to get to the 4th frame. They said the 4th frame was the 4th.
Yeah, but you can't tell me 4:30. You tell me you're going to wait till I get done bowling.
All right, so we are 3-2. The world champ. This is it. Kniffen needs this one to stay alive for set game 7.
He still bowls from then on. Nobody told me. Yeah, it still bowls from then. Yeah, I didn't know that. Somebody down there told me 4th frame was the 4th. No, because it don't matter if he got here after the first frame and it's just better than the 1st frame. Or he could got here in the 9th frame.
That's that early friction. He's still seeing it. When he misses it right, it wants to hook. I think Kniffen has to move left.
My goodness.
Yeah, so Kniffen just missed one right early, phase 2, and it peeled for the
Okay.
3-6-9-10. I think he has to move left with a bigger ball, one that'll let him play the middle of the lane. Like that area there, but it'll hook back. Oh, that's... Why are they just now complaining about it? That was it. Strong start from the champ. Doing what the champ does. That's a strong start. I said Dennis is one person. When he gets up, you're not going to get it back from him. If you get down to him, he is not going to give it up. And Kniffen made those bad shots and gave him openings, and Dennis is going to take them. He's just too good. So looks like my booth partner is now being occupied by his entertainment coordinator belt series duties.
I tell you, I'm losing focus here a little bit for this, but
Champ with an early double. Early double. All right, good shot, Dennis. Ooh, that was actually a pretty good shot. I told Destiny two when she started with those 9 spades she needed to throw the Sonic. I told her then she should have got into it, but she said you and Dakota told her just to move her eyes a little bit with that one. And it looked good okay, but I thought she could have gotten into that Sonic too. Kniffen, hey, bonus pins. Bonus pins for Kniffen. Yeah, she's still down. All right, Max, what we got? What's the count?
3-2 G-Town.
3-2 G-Town, and they're about to 230 to 240. If he makes a spare this game, they could be done as well right here because they're maxing 230, 38, 36, 38. Yeah, 38, and then he makes a spare. Here we go, Savages! Hey, one more time, Pesky, one more game. Could have used that earlier, we wouldn't have finished dead last.
That last game, they started breaking down the same way. They got a little.
All right, Kniffen. So Kniffen changed balls again, I believe, right there. It went to the astrophysics for a 9-pin. So I've done said it. I don't know a dozen times, I guess. He needs teeth to move left, and he just won't. And he will not do it. He will not do it. Oh wow, that guy 10-pin on the right side and missed it. So that game's over. All right, so tag team belt is done. The G-Town wins 4-2. So he started with a phase 2. That's what he threw over here. So for those asking, Max Fishman asked about his phase 2. So he started with a phase 2 on 7 and 8, and it looked good. Then he moved pairs to over here, obviously, and started with the first game, and Killough, shot 260. And then he went to it for a little, and it wasn't great. It wasn't like it was over there because they were a little bit tighter. So he went to that MVP Pearl. He tried to go back to the phase 2, but it's just they beat him up so much. It just wants to read it. But when he moves left, it doesn't go because it's just not enough ball. Killough doing what Killough does, and that is end it. This is what he does. He gets to this point, and when he gets to that third win, when he needs that fourth win, it is coming, and it is coming quick. Are you back? Hard.
I tell you what, it's amazing on how people are with these matches.
Oh, that was aced. Look at him go.
So I'm gonna call a 300 to this game.
Oh, you got 3?
Yeah, he's got 3 this one. This is gonna be over in 6, just like both guys predicted.
Yep.
Only one was right on who the winner would be. So I'll call it this one. He'll take 300 bets on this one. Give him to the 8th, 9th. He'll be all for it. He will leave you hanging right there.
Yeah, he did. He's left. There we go. He got me. There we go. I saved the best for last. Yeah. You just need me to travel with you.
Oh, which Nick you talking about? That Nick is Nick.
Oh. All right. So Kniffen's got him. He's got to react quick. He's done changed balls twice now. And has not, but he 10-pinned, and then I believe he stoned 9, so just astrophysics what he just threw on the other lane. Too early. It's too early.
No, the only chance he got right now is to take a 2,000 grit pad and hit it on every ball that Dennis got, so he can't use them no more. That's about the only chance I think James got in this match now.
this is classic Dennis. Dennis doing what Dennis does. You get down that it's the deciding game. Hey, he's gonna ace them. You know, it's just the way it is. And James is in a bad spot because he's fishing. Not from her, you're not. There we go. Hey, end it right here. Let's go. 3-2, Jeff. Or 3-2, Destiny. She's won 3 straight. See, that one's not bad. But it just hit bad. That wasn't a terrible shot.
No.
That just hit really bad. I don't like. I don't like it. I'm not a fan. That's not a hit that I want to rely on.
For those of you listening to this, Nick is available for lessons and ball changes and all that good stuff.
All right, here we go. 5th frame. Let's see what we got. There's a little left. That was a little left off his hand.
It don't matter. He could throw it between his legs at this point. He's going to strike out.
Dennis is motivated.
But Dennis got a long ride home like the rest of us. He's ready to get it going.
What? Oh yeah. So now we have an upset Elbert Kane over a ruling because he was late. This is my take on it. You know you got a belt match. Why are you bowling something else in another bowling center at the same time? Like, what are you doing?
Well, and the thing is he had said that, hey, he was going both singles. He'd be here a little bit after 4.
In my opinion,
And
you're
so-
cutting it too close.
So 4:30, I told Withers he could start bowling.
Yeah, I was here. Yeah.
Yeah. So 4:30. That's
He
30
started
minutes.
bowling.
That's 30 minutes
That's
past
your
4.
30. That is your 30-minute wait.
Right. So I mean, I don't know what else to tell him there.
Oh yeah, they're wait. I don't know where we're.
All right, let's go here. Dennis front 5. He's gonna make it 6. I think he can throw it left-handed, overhand, underhand, softball pitch it, coach's pitch, whatever.
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's a good one.
Ooh.
Oh, so I was wrong on the 300.
Yep,
It's
you-
all right. I've been wrong.
But your early prediction was right. That nobody shoots 300.
That's
here.
right. I got a prediction right.
Yeah. Let's see if the Vixens champ can catch a early double over here, or 3-bagger over here. She already caught the early double. All right, spare it up. Albert needs to take his administration elsewhere.
So
That ball is just not enough. It's just not enough.
nope.
This
And
match is done.
I would go
This
ahead
match is
and
done.
what's the expression I hear all the time? Hit the button.
Hit the button.
Just hit the button.
Huh?
Save your energy for the ride home.
Yeah, that's it. I think he's got I think it's like an hour and a half or so for him, 2 hours to get home, so he'll have plenty of time to think about it.
Well, that wouldn't have made it to the 7 either.
I don't know. It's just, I think I even threw one out earlier. All right, so it looks like all other matches are done except the ladies Vixen and the heavyweight match over here. So
The 2 longest reigning champs we've had down here.
yeah.
And their matches are going to go at least 6. This one is over in 6. But the Vixens match could go
That was
7.
a little bit better. That was a little bit better.
Ooh.
All right, let's see what Dennis can get back on it right here. He's 230 max for Kniffen. So technically he's still in it. You know, Dennis can, you know,
Yeah, I mean,
he can miss a spare or 7-10 or split. Get those shots like that, he ain't in it no more.
the world champ right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
I said Kniffen was still in it mathematically, but Dennis keeps throwing shots like that.
No.
Kniffen is not still in it. that was aced.
I think you're gonna have the sweep come down in the middle of the shot once and to aggravate him enough to where it's not gonna matter.
Cut the ball in half. He's gonna have to force Dennis to change balls again. Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Hey, so now it is really a one-mark frame. If Dennis goes strike spare again, you know, he's still got count on him, but you know, it's still 230s.
Right.
So Dennis is, you know, he can't. He's not done, but.
Yep. Well, Kniffen can't miss no more.
Yeah, but
Is-
Kniffen
is
has to.
the ultimate.
The thing
He's-
about it is Kniffen has to throw the next 6.
Right.
All right, let's see what Kniffen. His last shot was actually really good that he struck on. Let's see what he's got here. This one's not as far right. Ooh, they caught a break there. That was left. It's not really a swisher hit, but it definitely half pocket. Stand up! Let's see what Kniffen can do. Put a little pressure back on him, forcing the champ to stay clean. That was pretty sporty. That was a good shot. Good shot from him. Good shot from the challenger. I said, no, he's forcing it. You know, he's making Dennis show up right here. As far as, you know, staying clean, still has to make good shots.
Yeah, Dennis. It still feels like it's over. These are the moments that Dennis lives for. Dennis would rather lose a match 299 to 300. Hell, I mean, he would rather win a match 300 to 299 than he would 300 to 150. You know, I mean, he
likes to perform. He likes doing it. That's pretty good.
Ooh.
It's all right. He's still okay. You know, that's 240.
Yep.
But I mean, he stays clean. He's got 2 pins to count to play with. So nine spare 9 is a tie to finish the game in the 10th. So as far as assuming the Kniffen throws them all. All right. First one right here. He's shooting 48. So strike 9 spares. Strike spare is a winner.
Yep.
9 spare strike is a winner.
Yep.
Here we go. This is for the match.
This would be a crappy time for a big 4.
Oh man! How dare you? How dare you? That's rough. There we go. Hey, finish it out. This is it. Strike right here should end it. Well, I say end it. He still had to make a mark, but that's pretty good. Yeah! There we go. There we go. There we go. Hey, just keep 9 as a winner.
Yeah. Got
9 is a winner.
two shots for a 9 count here. Ooh.
Whoopsie! Whoopsie! That was it. She just gave it to you. That was it. Here we go. Let's see what he's got. Do it best way Dennis knows how, and that's to get 10. There's 9. That's the winner. That was it.
That'll do it.
That is it. That is it for that match.
Winner and still.
The UBA World Heavyweight Champ, Dennis Killough. The Dennis Killough.
The Dennis Killough. Yeah. We got to work on him some more nicknames.
We got to get him some more nicknames.
And
Hey,
that was a good shot there from Kniffen.
Yeah, we can. I can.
Alright, it's muted.
All right, stay tuned for your post-match interview.
I got you, Bill. I told you, I always got you.
As Nick Smith is going to do a post-match interview here with Dennis Killough. And this Vixens match is going to go to a game 7.
Right here. After game 1, we had a lane breakdown, had to change pairs completely. You started out slow, but you poured it on quick.
Yeah, this pair over here that broke down, my look was not very good on that right lane, so it was really, really hard to get the ball through the pins. Once we came over here, this pair's been it's been sitting all day.
It sat for 8 hours after being oiled before anybody threw a ball down it.
Yeah, so it's a little bit tighter. I ended up moving. I ended up moving 4 right with my feet and basically keep my eyes the same.
Yeah.
Or no, I actually went 2 right with my eyes, and I was able to just camp out there. I camped out there a lot until I couldn't, until the ball basically it started flat tanning, and I thought I had a look with the when I switched to the Tactics Hybrid, but it was a little too much off the spot. Then, but I knew I couldn't go left because the kinetic obsidian you wouldn't see it the right way.
Yeah.
So that's when I guess me and you had a little conversation, and I knew I needed to go to an a stronger ASIM ball, but I kind of actually forgot I had that intuition.
Yeah,
so
like I said, we talked like we do. Yep. And I one of the first ones I recommended to you get into it, and it was all she wrote at that point. You do what you do, and that was end it in your fashion. That's throwing a lot of strikes. So like I said, this was a fun match to watch. Your first one was fun, the one that I got to commentate on. Because you just threw a lot of strikes. That was entertaining. This one was fun from a bowling standpoint because you were constantly making adjustments, being a bowler, doing what you do. And like I said, you throw in the other dynamics, the lane breakdown, which is never fun at any point, let alone a title defense for the world belt. I mean, it's not even fun to deal with in league when it doesn't really matter a whole lot. You throw it at this point, and it's definitely not fun. So I think you handled it. You handled it beautifully, and only the way you can. Hats off to James. James is an amazing competitor. He made you earn it a few times.
Yeah, I knew that this was going to be a really, really tough match because I was actually worried about his rev rate, how much it's going to change the lane for me. Thankfully, I was able to tweak my release a little bit and stay right of him and kept my look pretty good.
Yeah.
But this past week, it's been brutal for me. Off the lanes, I haven't had very good news.
Yeah.
But so it's a blessing to win.
Good. Well, congratulations again, buddy. As always, man, you bowled amazing. So good job. All right, guys, I got the still Southeast heavyweight champ. Not a bad title to have. Not a bad title to have.
Yeah, I wanted the gold one, but
yeah,
can't win them all.
got James Kniffen with us. So you just lost, 4-2 to the world champ. He's obviously the world champ for a reason. He's arguably when he's in the building, he's the best bowler in the building. And you can't take that away from him.
Agreed.
So walk us through. How do you feel? I can talk with Dennis with the lane changes and things like that. So how do you feel?
I feel okay. I think I mentioned before the match I've been battling some physical issues. Those didn't rear themselves for the most part. I think there was a big 4 in like game 4 or 5 that left on the left lane. That was one of those just like throw out the window shots where my feet got ahead of me. Yeah. So that's, I made a few of those mistakes. I made a few of them yesterday. Again, didn't get punished quite as bad. Honestly, when it was 2-2, I thought I was still in the match. Yeah. Especially when I shot 288 to go up 2-1.
You throw the front 8, and to even it up, you got to think, I definitely got a chance. Exactly. Especially considering he just threw the front 8 right in front of you. The game before. Yeah. So absolutely, we thought that we were going to possibly see a game 7 at that point. Yeah. So. Yeah,
and the pair got a little overcliffed. I think I heard Dennis mention he was worried about my rev rate. Yeah. I think that was part of what actually hurt me today. So the back ends were really tight on this pair. Yeah. And especially once I had to move a little further left. I kept trying to hit it, kept trying to create shape. And then I finally was like, wait, why don't I just slow roll it and let the ball do the work? Yeah. I did that and I threw, 7 of the last 8 or something like that?
See, I thought you should have gotten into a stronger ASIM with some more service. Like your physics, I thought would have let you move left, and it would have helped you with that, accomplish your goal. Yeah. That's how I would have attacked it.
That was a pin down Astro that I was throwing at the end of game 6. And if I got into that a game and a half earlier, it was a totally different match. Okay. But, realistically, you win some, you lose some.
This is true.
I got to give my hat off to Dennis. He bowled amazingly today. Even, the rough start, getting nice, stoning that 7-pin to lose game 1. Yeah. Like, if he doesn't carry that, I'm convinced he wins game 1. Yeah. Straight up. Yeah. So, I mean.
On a lane that he was not a fan of that. He wasn't happy that he had to finish on that lane. Yeah. He didn't like that lane the entire time. Yeah. So, not only you had the weight to finish, and then I had to finish on the bad lane. So
he stepped up to do a great shot and didn't get the break.
That's what I told him. I was like, considering everything that went down, the delay and all that, to make the shot that he made, I thought he aced it.
It came off his hand. I'm like, I stand back. Yeah. So, but I mean, am I discouraged? Yeah. I wanted the gold belt. But, at the same time, it's been a pretty solid weekend of bowling. I didn't have that many. I think I missed 2 makeables in 16 games this weekend.
And they were all in the championship matches?
No comment. No, I mean, it was a good weekend of bowling. I got some stuff I need to work on. My decision-making honestly cost me in this match. But, you win. You're either winning or you're learning. Yep. So I'm going to take this, go back to the workshop. I think I posted after I won against Dre is that I won, but I have to get better. Yep. And I'm saying the same thing here. I won yesterday versus Rob. I lost today versus Dennis. Yep. Got to go home and get better.
That's it.
So.